Louis Vuitton, valued at over $30 billion, holds the top spot as the world's leading luxury brand. Its story goes back to the 19th century, starting with a homeless teenager's dreams of success. Despite having no money or food, he managed to survive by doing odd jobs with artisans and craftsmen. Though he barely earned anything, he gained valuable skills that paved the way for revolutionary luggage designs and building a billion-dollar empire. Louis Vuitton was born and raised in Anchy, France, in the 19th century, to parents who were a farmer and a hat maker. During this period, France was still recovering from the Napoleonic Wars, and like many others, the Vuittons were struggling financially. Since he was young, Louis had to help out on the family farm, working long hours from sunrise to sunset, tending to crops, animals, and gathering firewood. Life became even more difficult for Louis when he turned 10. His mother passed away, and shortly after, his father remarried. Louis's stepmother, as cruel as a fairy tale villain, made his life miserable. Fed up with the situation, Louis left the farmhouse for Paris at the age of 13, with nothing but the clothes on his back and empty pockets. Louis was fortunate to find odd jobs with artisans and craftsmen, who taught him valuable skills in working with metal, stone, fabrics, and wood. However, despite his efforts, he had no money left for shelter and ended up homeless. He frequently slept in the woods, relying only on a cloak to keep himself warm. With the opening of the first railway line to Paris, travel became easier, leading to a booming industry. Craftsmen took advantage of this by producing custom boxes for aristocrats, who frequently traveled with valuable items like paintings, instruments, and furniture. These travelers required sturdy boxes that could endure long journeys and assistance in packing their belongings securely to prevent damage. Louis decided to seek employment in the trade after acquiring some skills on his journey to Paris. Fortunately, a craftsman named Monsieur Marichal took him on as an apprentice. Although Louis didn't earn much, his eagerness to learn brought him multiple benefits. He gained favor among Marichal's clients and was later appointed as the personal box maker for the Empress of France. After a year of serving the Empress, Louis gained popularity and launched his first shop. He quickly innovated the industry by introducing new products. Traditionally, boxes were leather-made and had a rectangular shape with dome lids to prevent water damage. However, this design made stacking and loading cumbersome. To address these issues, Louis experimented with canvas, a lighter and more durable material than leather. Canvas allowed for flat lids, making stacking easier and loading less time-consuming. Louis created a slat trunk using canvas material, which marked the birth of modern luggage. Although customers were initially skeptical of its benefits, the waterproofing compounds gave it a clean and modern gray color. Within 2 years, it gained popularity and became recognized as an elegant and essential accessory. Louis believed in the potential of handbags, despite society's reluctance to embrace them at the time. Many considered them inelegant, bulky, and even hazardous to women. Undeterred, Louis began crafting handbags using canvas. Their immediate popularity sparked demand for various styles, allowing women to match them with different outfits. Louis eventually sought assistance from his son, Georges, as he struggled to keep up with demand. Like his father, Georges introduced innovative ideas that revolutionized the industry. One such invention was a tumbler lock that transformed trunks into secure treasure chests, deterring theft. Prior to this, most trunks had easily picked locks. The family's products grew even more coveted. Unfortunately, production abruptly halted due to the outbreak of war, leaving Louis homeless once again as the business was destroyed. During the peak of Louis's success, the Franco-Prussian War broke out, forcing him and his family to flee their home near Paris and live in crowded shelters in the city. They struggled to find food and almost starved. After the war, Louis returned to find his workshop destroyed and his materials stolen. Despite this setback, he used his savings to rebuild and took advantage of lower property prices to open a new shop in an upscale area. Business boomed, and Louis introduced innovative stripe pattern trunks, which became popular worldwide. He expanded his shops, opened a shop in London, attracting royal and explorer clientele, earning a reputation as the only designer with products in both elite homes and exotic locales. Georges took over his father's plans after Louis unexpectedly passed away at 72, leaving the cause of his death unknown. Determined to expand the business, Georges attended the World Fair in the US, where he realized the importance of an international sales network. Luckily, he met John Wanamaker, a pioneer of department stores and the price tag concept. After their meeting, Wanamaker began selling LV in his New York store, making it the first in the US to offer the brand. Georges honored his father's memory by creating a new monogram featuring a floral pattern with interlocking L and V. Initially, customers were surprised to see this monogram on products, as they were accustomed to only having their own names or initials on bags. However, the design grew popular over time. Georges and his son, Gaston, continued Louis's legacy by introducing new creations like the Keyball, No. and Alma. Georges expanded the business across the US and built a distribution network, aiming to elevate it further. Sadly, history repeated itself when Georges passed away, leaving Gaston to carry on Louis's plans alone. Gaston faced challenges during the Second World War, resulting in LV's factories and stores being closed. Allegations surfaced that Gaston collaborated with the ruling party in Germany to keep the business afloat, including producing commemorative busts and setting up a shop in Vichy, while other shops were shut down. LV remained the only one allowed to operate during this time. After the war, Gaston's sons, Henry, Jacques, and Claude, were given the task of rebuilding the company under their father's guidance. They ensured the creation of new luggage models each year. However, after Gaston passed away, business slowed down, especially with the decline in popularity of hard-sided luggage. Henry, Jacques, and Claude disagreed on how to manage the company, so they asked their sister's husband, Henry Rackemeyer, to take charge. Henry, who had previously sold a successful steel trading company, with his strong business skills, he transformed LV from wholesale to retail, tapping into the Asian market and significantly increasing sales from $20 million to over $260 million within 6 years. He then took LV public, with the company's stock selling out quickly. Despite concerns from analysts about counterfeit goods impacting sales, Henry continued expanding LV's global presence, proving them wrong by reaching nearly $1 billion in sales. LV merged with Moët Hennessy to form LVMH, aiming to prevent outside takeovers. However, Henry faced management disputes with Moët Hennessy's president, Alain Chevalier, despite the merger's benefits for LV's investment expansion. Henry sought support from Bernard Arnault, a property developer, but soon realized Bernard had his own agenda. Bernard secretly gained control of LVMH and ousted Henry after a legal battle. Following Henry's departure, LV struggled, falling behind other luxury brands with plummeting sales and a tarnished reputation. However, under Yves Carcel's leadership, LV revived its image by collaborating with renowned designers like Vivienne Westwood, Isaac Mizrahi, and Manolo Blahnik to create handbags featuring its monogram. This collaboration, along with the appointment of Marc Jacobs as creative director, revitalized the brand with new collections and collaborations. LV expanded into watches, jewelry, and sunglasses, maintaining its commitment to in-house craftsmanship, with artisans undergoing rigorous training and intricate assembly processes for its products. This is the story of how a homeless teenager pioneered modern luggage and laid the foundation for a billion-dollar empire, leading LV to rank as the #1 luxury brand in the world today, with a valuation topping $30 billion.